Donald Trump has officially announced a total reset in U.S.-China trade talks, which in tech terms means someone probably just turned it off and on again. Talks kicked off in Switzerland, where American and Chinese officials met in a room full of snacks, tension, and spreadsheets nobody wanted to read. Trump posted on social media that the talks were very good, which in Trump speak could mean anything from world peace to we agreed not to throw shoes at each other. Let's not forget, Tariff War 3000 has been going strong, with Trump slapping 145% taxes on Chinese goods and China clapping back with 125% on U.S. imports. Basically, it's been a game of who can tax harder. Trump declared it great progress and wants China to open up, which sounds like a trade deal but feels like a bad couples therapy session. Meanwhile, U.S. officials said they definitely won't drop tariffs unless China gives up something first, like maybe TikTok, all their pandas, or a handwritten apology on rice paper. China said they joined the talks because the world begged them to stop this economic food fight. Even Chinese companies are hurting. One reported half their products are just sitting in warehouses, probably writing poetry about better days. Back home, the U.S. economy shrunk, and Trump responded by raising tariffs on everything from steel to spaghetti, calling it Liberation Day. The UK managed to wiggle in a side deal for cars, but only 100,000, so get in line, Jeremy. And that, folks, is your update. The two biggest economies in the world just hit the reset button, and we're all hoping it doesn't reboot in safe mode.
In what might be the most unexpected immigration plot twist since My Big Fat Greek Wedding, reports are swirling that the United States is preparing to welcome white Afrikaners from South Africa as refugees. Yes, real, actual refugees. Pack your biltong, folks, the Boer are coming. According to documents seen by people who love leaking things to CBS and probably their grannies too, the Trump administration has listed this resettlement as a priority. That's right, it's official. Trump's got a soft spot for folks who know how to grill meat, ride tractors, and speak Afrikaans like they're casting spells. South Africa's foreign ministry was not amused. In a statement with all the calm of a cat in a bath, they called it politically motivated, accusing Washington of trying to make their constitutional democracy look like a soap opera. Meanwhile, in Pretoria, officials frantically Googled how to politely tell another country to butt out. This all started back in February, when Donald Trump signed an executive order claiming that Afrikaners were victims of racial discrimination. Critics say this was less about justice and more about importing folks who will definitely vote Republican, own rifles, and already hate communists. But hold your biltong, South Africa says anyone heading out better not have criminal charges waiting back home, because the last thing they want is exporting actual criminals. That's Australia's job. Thank you very much. South African crime stats show no evidence that white farmers are being specially targeted, but some groups insist they are, saying they're being picked off like springbok during hunting season. Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department says they're interviewing interested individuals, which probably means asking tough questions like, how many cows do you own and can you braai a steak medium rare? Oh, and guess who chimed in? Elon Musk? Yes, the Tesla dude, who apparently found time between launching rockets and renaming babies to accuse South Africa of genocide. Nothing like a billionaire adding rocket fuel to a diplomatic fire. The cherry on top? A big ol' welcome ceremony at Dulles Airport in Virginia on Monday. Balloons? Maybe. Biltong? Definitely. Cowboy hats with South African flags? Probably. According to leaked documents, because who needs privacy anymore, 54 Afrikaners are expected in the first group. That's 54 new people who will be absolutely baffled by sweet tea and American football. Meanwhile, critics are pointing out the irony here. America's shutting the door on asylum seekers from war-torn regions, but rolling out the red carpet for a group that still owns most of the vineyards. So buckle up, America. The Afrikaners are on their way, and they're bringing the braies, the accents, and maybe a few tractors for good measure. More news coming up after the break, unless someone else decides to become Pope or start a TikTok war with Belgium.
Hold on to your passports, folks, because Donald Trump has just dropped the hottest immigration remix of the year, Project Homecoming, also known as Pack Your Bags Before We Do It For You. In a bold move that has both immigration lawyers and airline pilots scratching their heads, Trump has ordered the Department of Homeland Security to hire 20,000 new officers to handle his new deportation deluxe package. Think of it as DoorDash, but instead of bringing tacos, they come to fly you out of the country. According to a totally real executive order, yes, someone typed this with a straight face, the U.S. government will now fund free one-way flights for undocumented immigrants. And get this, even throw in a $1,000 exit bonus. That's right. Leave America. Get paid. It's like a reality show called Who Wants to Be a Deportee? Trump, in a video that looked like it was filmed in a fancy bunker or his favorite golf cart, said he wants to make it as easy as possible for people to leave. Easy, sir. You're offering travel money and a souvenir check. Throw in a t-shirt and we've got a farewell tour. Meanwhile, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, that's ICE, not the sparkly kind you put in drinks, already has 21,000 employees, but apparently that's not enough. Trump wants more boots, more badges, and more buses. He's calling in the National Guard, local cops, former agents, and probably your Uncle Steve, who once watched an episode of Border Wars. The new order also suggests using an app called CPB Home, which sounds like a home decor app, but is actually your digital exit ticket. Just log in, check a box, and boom, free flight, free money, and a potential welcome from border guards with confetti cannons. And because no Trump plan is complete without legal drama, the courts are already calling foul. Judges in both Texas and New York said his attempt to deport Venezuelan migrants under a dusty law from the 1700s, yes, 18th century, was totally illegal. Surprise. The founding fathers forgot to include iPhones and ICE in that legislation. But wait, there's more. Trump also warned that if you don't self-deport, you'll face enormous financial penalties, jail time, wage garnishment, property confiscation, imprisonment, incarceration, and surprise deportation by mysterious vans in the dead of night. Basically, don't make us come looking for you. Critics say this all sounds more like a dystopian game show than policy, but Trump's team is doubling down, insisting this is about restoring law and order, or maybe just adding frequent flyer miles to the DHS budget. Either way, Project Homecoming is here, and it's giving major, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here energy.